Welcome back to Ultra Despair Girls. We're still in the sewers.
You just open up the episode, and bam, right in your face is a waterfall of shit water. Just, ugh.
Yep. And since we have a little bit more time to go in the sewers, I figured we could do like a little podcast type thing, because there's not a lot that's going to be happening here in the sewers.
You know, one thing I hate most about sewer levels, like, why this is a bad sewer level is because, you know, it's not a very good one. It's not very visually striking. They're just limited to these thin corridors on the opposite sides of the sewer, so it feels like that you're doubling over half the time when you're going half the distance. It's just not fun. It's not fun.
Also, they added in another one of these to expand the playtime. Oh, and that's something I don't like about a lot of games in general, is when there is obvious padding. Like,
so answer me this then.
Yes.
Do you know of any good sewer levels?
Just wait a bit here. I can extend
I believe I've already mentioned Link to the Past, because it's nice and short if you know where you're going. And, you know, it's got a little bit of ingenuity to it. And I don't know, I like the ones in Crash Bandicoot. Some of those are fun.
There's some of them. Because it's just a setting, not...
Right, it's not an actual...
state.
It's not a state of being,
Yes.
being a sewer level.
For me, I think a pretty good one is one from Eternal Sonata.
I completely
that-
forgot that one had a sewer level, holy shit.
Yeah, early on it did too, and I kind of like that one because, first of all, it looks pretty nice. Like, it's like a stark contrast to the bright-ass village it just came from. You know, it looked visually stunning. And it wasn't set like a typical sewer level because it would branch off into other bigger rooms and, you know, again, more of a setting, not a state of being. Nice shot.
Thank you. I try my best.
already.
Geez, enough already.
It's a nice state of this game, I'll be honest. Actually, now that you've mentioned Eternal Sonata, that's an idea that's been in the back of my mind for a little bit. That sounds like fun.
I kind of like it, but I've never finished it.
It's actually pretty cool.
Maybe I should give it another shot.
And
the Japanese stuff.
if you don't, I'll bring you along for it. So either that, or I'll just go solo and I'll have you watch it.
Just turn the goddamn wheel!
God, okay. Speaking of padding, let me tell you about a recent experience about padding. It's possible that this has been the case for an extremely long time.
Uh-oh.
The fucking Dad of War is a padding nightmare.
I'm saved. Okay.
That's your problem.
I know, and I hate it.
Thank you.
But I can't say much because a lot of what makes Yakuza great is the padding.
Well, those are just like extra mini games and stuff that helps advance story.
But like, the padding for Yakuza games is like marshmallow cream,
Shirokuma.
and the padding for Dad of War is just
Too much? But I guess I will.
Hey, look, here's some more dudes to fight.
bland oatmeal. Day-old oatmeal. No sugar or any kind of cinnamon or anything, or nothing good in it.
See, that's the kind of bad part about why playing through Dad of War and why I keep bringing it up is because there's a lot of parts that I would easily give an 11 out of 10. There are some amazing parts in that game, but I get so annoyed at it, and that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, that's how I was with Nier Automata. Like, everyone's hailing it as this, you know, amazing, 100% truly fantastic game. And yet, I played it and as, you know, just, you know, it's okay, I guess. You know, I like it, but I'm not blown away by it or anything.
I need to learn to take the good with the bad and not just only think of the bad. Because again, there's There's one particular part I'm thinking, and I can't say it for fear of spoiling because people still haven't played it by the time we're recording this. There was one part where I actually openly said, "This is awesome. This is like the best thing I've seen in this game so far."
Yeah, there were a lot of really good moments, but having to play the game over again really kind of dampened it on me.
In order to get the true ending of Nier Automata, having to play it like 3 times, I think, in order to get the best ending.
Because it got really good in that third, last best ending, but having to sludge through the same game, literally, a second time in order to get to that point was a little, I don't know, with only moderate differences.
And that's kind of what I like about the stuff that we do, because we can cut out that shit in order for people at home to have a more organic and flowing experience. And just cut out the middle stuff.
I guess we could do that. I wouldn't mind doing Nier, though. Well, I mean, I think we're going to have to start from the beginning if we're going to make sense of this ridiculous Nier Drakengard timeline.
Yeah, I was about to say, we need to start at Drakengard 1, go through Drakengard 3, and then Nier, and then Nier Automata.
I took a flip through the wiki to try and make sense of the ending of that game, of Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Because, if you don't know, the third act, like, if you're wondering if you can start with Nier Automata, you can, but it's in the last third bit of the game, where they start throwing a whole bunch of characters from past Nier games and Drakengard games and all this shit, and it kind of went over my head a little bit. So, I tried to make sense of it, and it has to do with these two twins who are sisters, but they're like different forms of sisters from 10,000 years ago in the past, and seeing them should have been a great revelation or something like that. And then there's something about this Emil character who's, I don't know, he's just some sort of something.
You've lost me.
I forget about that, and then all the bad things that's happening. The thing that's making all the robots go crazy stems from this fucking flower at some point that blooms from this girl's eye, and then that's the cause of all the hate and malice and horribleness in the world. And I just the thing is, I jumped between 5 games there probably.
Are you saying that series is complicated?
And then the Nier is actually an extension of an ending, one of the non-canon endings from a different Drakengard game, and then Nier Automata is an extended version of an ending of a different ending inside of Nier, and that's a continuation of that. It's just...
Oh dear.
You see, that's why we like strange and quirky developers working on games like this, because it's interesting and it's fun to try and weave the tapestry of brilliant nonsenseness.
All that nonsensical BS for an experience that no one will ever forget.
Like, if I tell you a whole bunch of Metal Gear Solid things out of context, you think it's the stupidest thing ever, but when you're actually playing it, it makes sense. 10% offense. Experienced gunman wants to... It's fucking D. Well, C, actually.
How many shots does he need?
I answered it, and then I read the question, then I got the answer.
And then you did another answer, and hey, you got it right. You're good at riddles. Good job.
To what I can discern, you get
Because the underlined gunman, if you get it. Oh, God, we're not going to sit here and explain it, are we?
That's why I said we're going to do a bit of a podcast.
Just ignore the brat and turn around.
Well, I don't know. If he fired his gun, I'd be pretty scared. If I was a bird, I just want to fly away.
God.
Fly away. That might be a hint as to how to solve this riddle. You should take that into consideration.
Woo!
I feel like it wouldn't matter if you had 50 or 100 or 1,000 birds. If birds heard a gunshot, they would certainly run for their lives. So maybe we can use that as a hint. Why can't I skip this? Ah!
I'm sorry. Sometimes being a completionist sucks.
But what I do love is that she runs over and just brags right in his face. It's like, yeah!
I'm sorry. I brought you along for this.
Stupid little kid! Maybe you should look more, instead of your stupid third grade flashcard quiz set. Maybe look into this rail trivia. Just a little 5-year-old.
Never lose against kids.
And then you football kick the 5-year-old over the goalpost, and then you're the homecoming queen, and you're just everything is great for you. By the way, all of that was for this.
Hey, your socks are melting.
It's for a comic panel for Saki the Sock. Good. Oh my god, we made it. We're here.
We made it?
We're at the place, the safe haven for adults, apparently. I can't wait till we're out of this part.
There's supposed to be a secret base.
Oh,
here.
chapter 2 sucks.
You knew it. You tricked us. Amaru, don't hold back. Shoot this traitor.
Got it. Bang.
No, you're wrong. The secret base is when you climb the ladder. Come on.
Is Yakuza 6 any good?
Yes. Have
Like-
you ever seen footage of a Yakuza game?
Yes.
You walk around the big, gigantic city, tons of lights, tons of stuff to do. You got mini games everywhere, you got side quests everywhere, you got stuff to collect, you got people to fight you. It's, it's a big, nice, it's small, but it's a nicely, densely packed open world.
Yeah.
Yakuza 6 is very fun because you can go into first person and it looks absolutely beautiful and there's a lot to do and it's very good. But for you, I would recommend Yakuza 0 first.
0 first. Is that like baby's first Yakuza?
Yes.
Okay.
See, Yakuza 0 is baby's first Yakuza, and Yakuza 6 is Yakuza's first baby.
Hey! Look at that. Connection has been made. It's so perfect.
Kazuma Kiryu would just fucking smash the face of this fucking bear right now. Then take a bicycle and throw it on his chest and then stomp on it.
I have a strange feeling like any character would do that nowadays. Like, all the other visual novels in the world are laughing at this right now.
Oh, did we wander into Sword Art Online or something?
NPCs.
I never expected
Be sure not to kill them, otherwise they'll die in real life.
It's like anime just wants real-life MMORPGs to exist so bad.
Oh, it's getting to that point, dude.
That's why every year there's like 5 different anime about an online game where if you die in there, can't log out. And it's just the same bullshit.
Did I tell you the point where I lost faith in new ideas? Just for any medium whatsoever?
Do tell.
There were 2 points. There were 2 points when I lost faith in everything. And this might be showing my age or something like that, but the first point is when I had to watch the new Powerpuff Girls, and there was an episode about twerking. And the other one is when there was I think an anime released last year about living in another world with a smartphone.
Huh?
Yes. It is a fantasy setting where the main guy, a bunch of girls, and he has his smartphone, and that's all he brought to this lovely fantasy world.
Well, I know one where guy is a washing machine.
Okay. You've just derailed everything I've said with that one statement. Explain.
I forgot what it is. It's not the anime I had in my pocket as for new ideas and stuff like that. Or something that would be refreshing for you, but I think it's a manga, and I think a guy has been transformed into a washing machine, and I think that's about it.
Is he a NEET first, or how does this transition happen?
I don't know. I just happened to see the cover, typical anime girl, behind him,
Of course not.
his washing machine, with cartoon eyes.
This voluptuous body is childish.
Well, if Shirakuma brought you guys, we don't have to worry. We can trust him.
We're getting that much closer to Cherem anime.
Back here by Shirakuma?
Yeah, all the people
You should
here
watch
we were all
Shinata
saved by
Shinshi.
Shirakuma.
Explain.
Hey,
Qu'est-ce que
sorry
c'est?
to be rude, but I-
So you know how Osomatsu-san is like a several-year remake of Osomatsu-kun?
Yes.
Well, Shinata Shinshi is a, I guess a new version of an old 90s version of an adaptation of a 70s comedy comic strip.
Wait, no.
And, it's very, very Japanese. A lot of jokes get lost in translation, but it's funny as fuck! The art style is definitely reminiscent of, like, you know, it looks like a Japanese 70s Sunday comic.
Okay.
And a lot of the gags kind of work like that. It works very much in, like, Lucky Star, but it kind of feels like, I don't know, Hagar the Horrible or something like that.
Okay, so it has to be comic strip style.
Yeah, kind of. It kind of has that look with the actual show, but it's good. I'm watching it. It's fun.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
There we go, audience. We have a recommendation of things you can be watching.
Recommendations from me are hard to come by.
Yeah, no shit.
Bad, don't you think? The kids
I guess I'll recommend something next. I would actually recommend Steins Gate Zero.
He risked his life.
Either medium.
I already
Either-
played the game, so it's good.
Yeah, you can either play it or watch it. You're getting an experience.
You saw his wounds, right?
Oh, and you'll have your heart
He
torn
got
out,
those
but yeah.
trying to
yeah.
help.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, be ready for that. Especially if you know what happens in Steins Gate 1.
Actually,
And it's gonna be funny to watch people experience the anime for the first time, especially when you play Steins Gate Zero, because you're gonna love when a certain character dies!
Coco, you don't have to be so quick.
Uh,
I just said
I'm
how I
depressed.
feel. Jeez, what kind of world is this?
can I tell you something that is, now that we're on the topic of anime and weebinisms,
Uh-huh.
I've been mentioning on Twitter that I really like Persona 5 the animation just because I liked seeing that game in motion and seeing how somebody can adapt that for a viewing audience instead of a video game player is very interesting to me. I want to see if they can do it.
Woman.
I watch it because I love Mamoru Miyano.
Is she?
That too.
Well, sorry about that.
Somebody mentioned that I should do either a collab or a
I
rebuttal
can even hear things I
to a
don't
famous
like.
YouTube personality
Pain. If YouTube
who I
fans
believe
can
is
hear
named
it,
Mother's
it's better
Basement,
to
which is
keep
very
your
fitting.
ears as
I've heard of
much
that
as
guy.
possible.
Because they don't
Because
think Persona
eventually
5 the animation
you'll
should
get
exist.
sick of it.
Who gives a shit?
That was pretty much my rebuttal.
Because, hey, you wanna know what? Joke's on them.
So unsatisfied
It
with
does
this situation,
exist.
Why don't you just leave?
And because it exists, it's now always going to exist.
Isn't going to improve the situation.
Even if it's the worst thing ever, even if it's not even fucking Persona 5, it exists now. It exists. It shouldn't exist, but guess what? It does! And there's nothing you can do about it.
And see, that's what I didn't get about that, is because this came through a third party asking me, hey, you should probably do this. And my first thought was, why? And second thought was, well, if that's the case... Sorry, the proper term was, the anime is pointless. And my rebuttal was, all anime is pointless. That's the fun of it.
My rebuttal is this video is pointless.
This video is pointless. Let me give you a quick summation of what we're going to be doing for the next, let's see, 14 minutes?
Collectible side quest bullshit.
Yes. Collectible side quest
Sweet.
bullshit. So, let me get you a quick summation so we can get back to the nothing we were talking about. We found the safe haven for adults. We are finished the sewer level for now, and all those little monster slips with different characters on them. You can turn them into this lady here, who is actually important and one of the throwbacks to Danganronpa 1. You can actually give her those slips, and she will send out other adults to rescue those people. That goes towards your collectibles. That goes towards 100% completion. That's a side quest. That's something you could do. Cool? Okay, we got it.
No, Yakuza had a safe haven for adults too.
Really use your charm.
What, a gentleman's club?
Yeah, it's like a red light district for the red light district.
Wait, what?
Underground fighting ring,
Let me know.
high stakes gambling,
Get killed off by the brats.
women in wooden cages begging for you to take them home for the night.
What?
Oh,
Can't do
that's
it though
right.
because, well, you know,
The name's
Why?
Haruko
it's called
Hagare.
purgatory.
I'm once divorced
It's
and
between heaven and hell.
My
It's right
age
between the
is
city and the sewers.
My name is Komaru Naegi.
Oh.
Nice to meet you.
It's also home to the greatest information dealer in the entire city.
Doesn't seem like the older sister.
Is that a real place in Japan?
The
Or is
one
that made up for the
over
game?
there.
Kamurocho is a fake place. Kabukicho is a real place.
It's Toko Fukawa.
Okay.
Okay, noted.
I was about to get worried there.
I'm Fufu.
Why did you use my
Jeez, I don't think we need anything like that in this world.
Who cares? Worrying over little details is bad for
If
the
you
skin.
played a Yakuza game and were going to Japan, you'd be worried that you would get into a street fight every 5 steps.
I was just thinking that is it. Yeah, do I need to look out for gangsters who are going to just jump me in the middle of the street?
It's like, hey, it looks like that you're dressed up pretty nice. You pissed me off. I'm gonna kick your ass. You take a few more steps. Looks like that you've been drinking a little bit. Well, you got enough money to knock back, so
Yeah.
you should give me some. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Just any excuse. It's like, hey, your shoe's untied. I'm going to kick your ass.
So you just start running to your hotel. And then you run into somebody. Ah, my hand! I think it's broken. You're gonna pay for those medical bills? You're not. What? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Your ass. And I'm surprised after you're done with the fight, they don't say, hey, you going to pay these medical bills? Oh, you're not. And then they try to get up with, like, a broken wrist and rib cage.
And so you start quickly walking to your hotel. You're not running, but quickly walking, trying to avoid everybody. And then someone's like, I don't like the way you're walking. I'm gonna kick your ass.
You've disobeyed the speed limit of the sidewalk. I'm going to kick your ass.
No, none of that happens, but what does happen is that people will lure you into bars for quote-unquote cheap drinks and then give you an unreasonable bill and then beat you and then leave you in an alley.
Oh.
That happens. That happens.
In real life or in Yakuza?
In real life.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, hey.
Oh, yeah. I keep remembering those, like... you've probably seen pictures of this before, where people have an ungodly high, like, dinner bill, and it's usually for the new guy on the football team, and that's, like, his initiation, where his dinner bill is, like, $13,000.
Sheesh.
I need to find one of those images, because it's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm looking down the list. They go to, like, the priciest place in town. You see, like, an entree's like $30, and then you see all that, and then you see the liquor prices. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'd like a half-pound burger of Kobe Wagyu beef, and I would like a bottle of your oldest whiskey.
Yeah, the older, the pricier. I swear on one of those receipts, there's like $1,000 bottle of whiskey. I would like to try some of that. Never buy it, but just like come up to the guy and said, "Hey, I'll give you $10 for like a drink of that." Because obviously, if you have enough money to buy a bottle that expensive, you've got money to burn.
Leave it to me.
You drink it and it's just apple juice.
Ah, I've been doped.
I think I should do that. I should sell apple juice in a whiskey bottle
It's gonna
for
be alright.
$1,500, and I'll call it Fool's Gold.
Ooh, there we go. the first aged non-alcoholic whiskey.
The first no malt whiskey.
The no malt whiskey. I absolutely love that. Ooh, speaking of whiskey, you know, I need you to... I'm going to have you try something one time, because I just recently learned about it.
Okay.
And made it for somebody, and it totally works. Have you ever had Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever had the shot Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No, I have not.
It tastes exactly like it, and it only has 2 ingredients.
You're right.
Rum chata and Fireball. Equal parts, you take it as a shot, and somehow it tastes exactly like the cereal. It's amazing.
Impressive. That does sound pretty good.
I actually did have somebody last night tell me, she shouldn't have been doing this because she's underage, but she's a college girl, so whatever. But she was telling me that, because I was like, hey, I offered another employee that I work with, I was like, hey, you want a shot before we leave? And her friend immediately went, no, it's terrible. And I said, well, how did they make it? Because I guarantee they made it wrong. They said, they put together a Fireball and Goldschlager.
That sounds completely wrong.
That's cinnamon on cinnamon. Of course that's going to taste terrible. Terrible.
That's going to taste like a desert on fire in your throat.
No.
Oh, it definitely does. A Goldschlager can mess you up. God, now I just want to mix weird cocktails. Like, I want to make a cocktail based on every character in Danganronpa, and I have a feeling Toko's just going to be ice water.
Either ice water or hard scotch.
Like, how hard are we talking? Like, sniff and you're done?
Like, just Glenfiddich gin, and that's it.
Glenfiddich and gin?
Yeah.
Fuck. Ugh.
Because when you take a shot like that, it's going to taste nasty, and then you stick your tongue out and just ret, and just, just like Genocide Jill, you know? Yeah.
Oh, hey! Alright. That could work.
Put in a scissor as a garnish.
Don't mess
Be sure it has a little bit of grenadine dipped on it, so it's like the blood of a young boy. Ugh. Ew. Why'd you have to think about that? Now I'm... Do you know what Lefroy is?
No.
Scotch whiskey. Take one whiff, you'd think it was like turpentine or paint peeler. And I've got one guy who comes in, he orders a double shot neat.
It's gonna be all right.
Jesus.
Multiple of that exact same drink. And I'm like, dude, how do you do that? He's like, I don't know, it's just a preference. Yo, whatever. Just keep it away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too good. I think I'll just stick with my purified drinking water, as it says on this water bottle I'm about to take a drink from.
I'm drinking coffee.
I'm not a coffee person.
I have been learning, as I approach 30, that there are days that I cannot live without coffee.
Yeah.
Now, I can handle, like, frozen coffee drinks, but, like, coffee by itself, I don't know what it is. I just can't do it.
Leave it to me.
You gotta add stuff to it. I mean, I take mine with a splash of, like, that French vanilla cream, and, like, a splash of half and half. That's about typically my perfect cup of coffee.
Yeah, okay, I might be able to do it with flavoring. Because I'm the type who likes, like, in-your-face flavors.
In-your-face flavors, extreme 90s attitude coffee!
That's right, if somebody poured, like, a Vault or a Surge just into my coffee, I think it'd be perfect.
Slammin' French vanilla! Hell yeah, hazelnut! Bitch Russian Irish cream.
Dude! The most extreme drinks.
Unforgivable.
And original.
What the?
It sounds like a biker gang is coming up with like coffee flavors.
Well,
It's awesome.
bikers need their coffee too.
That's it. That's what we need to come up with. We need to come up with specific drinks, alcoholic or non, for Ride to Hell.
What's going on?
All right, so Jake Conway would be a rocks glass, and you
Yeah.
fill it with paint thinner. And then Uncle Mac,
Yeah.
you take a tall glass, and then you fill that with paint thinner. And then you get 10,000 Jello shots. And then you fill each and every one of those little cups with paint thinner, and there's a devil's hand.
You know, I actually thought you were going to escalate a little bit. It's like the first one's
It's
paint
gonna
thinner,
be
the second
alright.
one's paint, and the last one is like paint chips. Mixed with lead, of course.
And then at the end, you chase it with thin paint.
Blech. And like the drippy kind of paint, the one where you only need one
You
coat.
get to choose which color of paint you get to drink.
Ah,
because-
yes.
Just that's the vehicle customization at work right there. That's what that is.
yes. Let's see. If you want, if you want to make just one drink, you add paint thinner and about 10,000 live ants, and that'll catch up with the bugs there.
Why, hello.
And
That's the DLC.
oh my god, this is perfect. Would anyone buy it? No, but they totally should. They gotta see this shit. It's a train wreck.
Stuffed inside this dust-covered hole.
Well, there's nowhere else to go. You guys saw how terrible they are, right? To actually kill people for fun. They're all insane.
I hate them for killing
Even if
people
they're
for fun.
kids, if they pushed me,
They slaughter countless innocent people all the
You're just
time.
sitting around
They're
waiting
quite
for an
mean.
opportunity to fight back? Is that it?
I mean, at least they're not complaining about a girl
No.
dumping them.
it'd be reckless to attack
We call them
them.
something else.
They have an army of Monokumas. We couldn't win.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
just
think
as
these kids are
thought.
getting
They're
adults
all
mixed up with
talk. I
incels.
figured.
What's with you guys? If you're just here to offend people, then goodbye.
Welcome to the internet, bucko.
Just looking at those kinds of people frustrate me. They're just giving up.
But that's probably because it can't be helped.
They're giving up. They're giving up because they've given up. But when they've given up, they've lost all hope. They can't lose hope. They do lose hope. That's why they've given up. No!
Holy crap, you just figured out the rest of the script for chapter 2.
And that's why we're all cooped up inside this.
So I'm just going to give a heads up to everybody watching this right now. The next update is very story heavy. So you're not going to get a lovely podcast from UDJ and myself for that one. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the introduction of a new character, a new kind of plot line, a continuation of the story, and, I don't know, us being insulted. Oh, and more Shirokuma, of course.
Oh, good. I just can't go on without a dumb mascot character.
Yeah, so after we talk to Shirokuma here, she's going to have us continue in... Sorry, he is going to have us continue in here for the rest of the story, and we're going to meet the leader of the resistance group.
If these irritating cowards are nice people, this world
He's
was
certainly
not
a
made
character.
for bad people.
But he does have a bit of a relation to where we're actually located. So we're going to meet another important character. We've already met the lady that takes side quests.
Epitome of my idea.
We actually managed to do a
I
lot.
was being sarcastic.
But my god, does it drag on forever?
This place is called Toa City, and as I play this, I can't help but think of popular electronic artist Toki Toa.
This place is used as a conference room.
Toki
So
Toa.
let's talk inside.
Isn't that the two main protagonists from Time and Eternity?
Sorry, that's Towate I'm thinking of.
Thank you for correcting.
All right.
See you guys next time.